right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
The Dangers in My Heart, Season 1, Episode 2. Okay, we have a couple of weirdos.
Yes.
I was going to say dorks, and I'm like, well, one of them's a dork. The other one, I don't know if I would necessarily call him a dork just yet.
He's a little messed up in the head.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed. He kind of also attaches a lot of his identity behind being so messed up in the head.
Yes.
And he's
I am
junior
a dangerous,
high.
bloodthirsty beast.
Yep, and I'm in junior high.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
there are actual people out there that show psychopathic tendencies and stuff like that.
And
right now, it's all in his head.
Right. It could absolutely become behavior. And from a practical standpoint, I would say in a normal situation, it would be likely to become behavior, given that he has this level of a fascination and obsession with it and sort of, yes, this is a part of my identity. But let's be real. I don't think that's going to happen here.
He's also hitting puberty. So you have sometimes stuff that goes on in your head, my dude.
Because you're cooking in all sorts of things right now. Yeah.
And it's hard.
Right.
It's hard to deal with that stuff. But you know what? You might be making a friend.
You might be.
A real, genuine friend. And the way in which you're interacting with her, in almost a lucky way that it's going this way, she's finding you to be a potential friend as well. And I like this slow burn little relationship that they've got going here. Obviously, we're going to bring in all the other characters, and we're going to see how they fit into this whole mess of mesh here. But maybe try working out some of the words, in here, out here, so you can maybe process them out a little bit more. Because if it's just stewing up in your head,
that can just be a messy place that you need to
just stink in there.
It'll stink. You got to dust it out, clean out the cobwebs, you know. And the thing is that your weirdness, you might actually be able to then connect with her weirdness, because she has a lot of jokes and things like that
her own idiosyncrasies and
stuff, that a lot of people don't connect with.
Right.
And you might be able to.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Nothing but lies.
Yes. She's eating potato chips. No.
Her cheery light is ruining my dark atmosphere.
Indeed.
A junior high kid saying you're too old for that. Right. Hilarious.
Wow.
See, my darkness is terrible.
Yeah.
This is the opening. Did she spill it all the way here? Because she ran?
Just a bit.
Patience is not one of her strong suits. She's going back.
Oh, no.
She left a whole mess.
Oh, my God. He's not wiping up anything that's outside the library.
And now you took up too much time.
Oh, my God. Hey, listen, sometimes you just...
Sometimes that's how she fills it up, too.
Oh, my God. Sometimes you just have to do things the most difficult way possible, because that's all you've thought of, and I feel that.
Yeah. He's gonna make it there.
Right.
Grab the cup. Wait.
Right. She just brought the thing to the water.
Yep. Yeah, do you want to have some? No, she thinks she's giving you, she's so dangerous. Was she hitting herself?
Yeah, when trying to fan herself off.
Moeko. Ah, yes.
Nice.
Perfect. Yep. It's like a massage train.
今日も重い漫画してる。それにしてもあんなに話す友達がいるのに、お菓子を食べに来るときは
Yeah.
Maybe this
Good
is why.
question.
一人になることで僕を誘い出し図書室で逆に僕を排除しようと。
Oh my god.
Wait, this is actually like really sad.
汗がすごい。誰かシャツ交換してよ。ということはブラスケしている可能性が。こいつ僕の心が読める。やめなさい、足立よ。今お前の心に直接語りかけて。
Of course it would be an Adachi, you know?
Right, right.
待て。異常なし。そうか。どこ行くの？
Damn. Damn. That was good, actually. Like, oh my
What?
god.
暑い日にこんなこと。じゃんけんに負けたから。 僕は心の中で彼氏さんと呼んでいる。
Wow.
彼氏さんは大変だ。一言も思いと言わない気遣いもそんな感じだ。しょうがないな。じゃあ次は私がおぶって。
Oh.
And then she complains about how heavy she is.
See, yeah.
そんないつも一緒の彼氏さんでも。
Yeah. We're learning lots of little bits about Yamada and that she's, yeah.
ここに来るときは大抵山田一人だ。やはり山田が僕の暗殺計画に気づいた。
Indeed. This is my fan of darkness.
Right, right.
ほら、これなら顔にぶつけない。
Because it's smaller.
Well, it's because it's controlled. It doesn't bend.
しないよ。
What?
するよ。ほら。
Come smell it.
水着だ。
Oh my gosh.
今日ないよな。え？今？今度はなんだ？
Ima, now, kokore?
Yeah, yeah.
市川、ここに座って。
What? What?
山田、知らん。
Oh, the warning.
怒ってるな。
How could you not see her?
勃起しそう。
Yeah.
She is
Is he
not
gonna-
that tall to not notice her under the table.
そこ見つかったっぽい。いや、相席？あ、どうぞ。私、アレルギーでスナック食べられないんだ。
Allergic to which part?
Yeah.
やけにトイレ長いなと思ってたら。
So she has an allergy, so she eats the stuff that she likes somewhere else. Yeah, yeah.
まあ、そこがいいんだよ。
But then why is she hiding?
まったく、可愛くて性格もいいとかずるいよな。
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Okay.
ほら、褒めたら出てきた。
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
しょうがないな。本当はおんぶされた。なるほど。
Yeah.
なるほど。
Men went to go
Take care of
clean
things.
up and take
yeah,
care
yeah.
of business. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
文化祭。
Ah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
A haunted house. Let's go.
Episode 2 Culture Festival.
山田はお化けこういうイベントでは存在を消
There
す
should
の
be
が
a terrible ghost.
市川って字綺麗だったよね。
She would never hide. She.
Yeah.
時の模造紙も
Oh, good memory. Yeah.
絵は毎日描いてるが、やべえやつばっかだ。
I can make it actually scary.
Uh-huh.
くそ。
Yeah, unleash your
All right.
darkness.
Yes.
It is a hot day.
Yep.
So everyone's sweating and things are... Bro. And she's got like fake underwear on her head or something.
He was. Very much so.
You are just fine. Don't
Don't worry
be
about it.
envious. Right. What? What? What?
もしかして原さん山田さんなんてどうせ整形でしょ死ねばいいのに本心ではこうなのか
Well, no, it's because she's being the ghost.
She's the ghost, though. Yeah.
いや俺だけどどういうつもりなんだ答えによっちゃマジで殴る
Looks over.
作戦に利用する
I love how obvious it is because we're in junior high. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
別に死は悪いことじゃないし何言ってんの救い
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
This is so funny.
違うよここ書いたの私
And she's gonna be like, because she's the ghost.
Yeah.
ごめんそうだよねよくある名字を書いただけで
No. Now, Yamada, you can be like, no, it's cool. It's actually kind of scarier to have them be actual names.
一旦全部消そう
I guess it is insensitive, though.
Sure.
ごめんね
Oh. Like, hey.
Because she's like, I put you in an awkward situation.
今の
Yeah. What?
けど何も書いてないとこんにゃくみたいだね
He's gonna
Oh.
write his name.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it extra creepy because then it's like,
It's all the same name.
All
it's
the
like,
same name.
what's going on? Yeah.
どういう意味なんだなんで
hi!
書いたらもっと怖くなるかなえあちょっと待って
Yeah, you wouldn't do it that way. Yeah. You gotta make it thicker.
ドス黒くした方がおどろおどろしい
Yeah.
べったりつけ
Yeah.
リアルってそういうもんだろ
And she's just like, whoa.
これでこうして文化祭当日
Oh, it looks like a gigantic burst pimple.
と言っても所詮中学校なので
yeah,
Right.
just a junior high.
Mm-hmm.
文化の発表がメインのしょぼいイベント
Right.
日常と何も変わらないが出た
No.
一緒に見て回んない
いやうちらはい
いぞ断ってくれ彼
Yeah.
回りましょう
He's so reactionary.
Yeah.
俺だから陽キャのクソ男は
God damn you extroverts. Yeah.
僕が投げた自転車行くぞせーの率先
あは
して引き上げてくれたのああいうやつが普通にいいやつだとなぜかへこむな
Okay.
Yeah, generally speaking, most people are not that bad. It's just cut in through the classroom, yes.
こっちに
And then pop out the other side, yes.
Right.
あれどこ行ったんだ
Impossible.
そんな遠くには壁を突破してしまったね
Uh-huh.
ここ面白かった
Oh, it's showing off someone's hometown.
Oh, nice.
なかなかやるな誰目線なんだ市川んちは
Yeah.
じゃあだいたい1キロちょっとか
They live close by.
写真撮っていいかないいよ貸して貸す
Because she thought take a picture together. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And it just breaks his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome.
勝手に行動するの猫なの
Uh-huh.
2年1組僕らの町の80年前は今年の最優秀賞を受賞した
Whoa.
Oh, that was great. That was
Look at
awesome.
you little killer, you.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
right.
really cute.
That was really sweet.
I love that.
The shtick continues in that our boy Ichikawa has very much got the yes, she's so much the one that I must murder first.
Yes,
she's
right.
She's ruining my peace and disturbing my
thinking,
calm. You know.
I keep thinking about her. It's not because I like her. It's for completely different reasons.
But I like that in some ways we've basically completely brushed past that. Bro just was like, wait, I'm getting a raging boner right now.
Yeah. Well, right.
Goes
He's
off
in junior
twice
high.
in this episode to jack off.
Right.
At least implied.
Yeah.
Hilarious because one, we're in junior high, and that's basically at that point where you're just like, wow, I can do this. And then
What is happening?
what is happening?
Yeah.
But he's very much actually making decent friends with her. And while a lot of it is because of her rambunctious behavior,
Right.
there's this other side of him that very much wants to kind of cover for her in ways in which she kind of needs help. And he
Right.
does it unprompted, and he does it basically because he overthinks things
Yep.
and ends up realizing the ways in which things could be perceived as, not helpful.
Right.
Which I think if the show is actually going to continue on with this, they're setting up some very interesting characterization for Ichikawa in that he is potentially utilizing these like dark fantasies as a way to keep people at a distance because of his fear surrounding like the way he could be ridiculed, embarrassed,
Sure.
or they could themselves end up kind of seeing him.
Right.
And yet this person here in Yamada is just desperately wanting to be seen. She has no shame. She has no
Nope.
issues with her self-worth or what have you. If anything, she might seem to have a little bit of a like an emotional kind of issue where if people are kind of putting her to the side or ignoring her or something like that, then she really like takes it to heart, like really like
Yeah. It's
really like painfully. But
Yeah, and I could see that being the case where because she's got that kind of pretty privilege, it's something where she's used to having people like when you're able to get positive reinforcement in a certain way very consistently, right?
yeah, you might get spoiled for not getting it sometimes.
Yeah, right. Where then it can really feel like, and not in like a, and not trying to frame it as like a spoiled thing, but just in a, oh, you then really feel it when you're not getting that, right?
And it'd be interesting to see over the course of this show whether or not the vibe that we got in the first episode reigns true, given that her friend, who he calls her boyfriend, which is
Right.
hilarious, because they do seem to be kind of joined at the hip despite their kind of
Ways in which they
brusqueness
don't get
at
along?
times. Yeah. There's definitely a difference between the way that they interact and the way that, say, Moika or Moiko interacts with Yamada.
Yeah.
And, there's definitely not a jealousy angle in any strong sense, I would say, towards Yamada that was reinforced this episode. There could be, but it's being very much kept under the surface.
Right. And also we have a very unreliable narrator.
Oh
so,
yeah, his
Yes.
his observations are coloring the situation for
Right.
sure. But I'm talking independent of his observations. We can just see certain things
Yes.
as they are.
Right.
And I don't think it's as extreme as we thought it was in the first episode.
No.
There were a lot of little cues to show that the group of girls are friends, but it's more the idea that Ichikawa kind of infers these tiny little bits of brusqueness as like slights from
Right.
evil bitches that need to die, you know?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like, no, maybe, bro, this is just how friends just banter and talk with each other.
Well, and also it's you're in junior high, these people are trying to figure out their own different things.
their
And
identities.
yeah, exactly, right? So, because they're not in their heads as much as you, right?
not necessarily. No.
They're probably not going to, and I don't necessarily mean that as like you're so much smarter. No, you're just in your head more than they are.
Yeah.
Then those sorts of things are probably things that they're not going to be thinking about, right? And if there are some things where that could come from a place of, jealousy or things like that, hey, sure, that is a total possibility. And maybe if it gets to a point where it gets bad enough, then it actually comes out and then it gets dealt with one way or another, right?
But like the whole thing with the presentation, like that's kind of the only like really definitive thing that felt a little bit.
It's
off.
What's the saying? Never attribute to malevolence what you can attribute to ignorance or stupidity or one of those two.
There's a lot of ignorance and stupidity out there.
Right.
Way more than there is malevolence.
Exactly.
Despite what you may believe about the world, there's only a few things that are infinite, as according to what was his name, Einstein. It's the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not so sure about the universe,
Right. So, yeah. So, when it comes right down to it, people are definitely selfish, and you're seeing that, and you're not wrong about that. But it might not go as deep. as the way you think it does.
Right. I remember when I was younger, getting disappointed basically by the way that the world seems to be built in favor of the liars, basically.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And that you're encouraged by the way this world works to lie about it. And that really bugged me in my head, because it's kind of the thing of where your parents tell you don't lie,
Right.
But then you're like, but everybody's lying. But then I realized there's a difference between masking, people like putting out like, more like, are you doing okay? Yeah, I am. And then you're like, but you're not. And it's like, no, they just don't want to talk about it with you.
Right.
It's are you having like a good time enjoying this food? Yeah, it's lovely. It's like, no, you saw that you made that food and they don't want to disappoint you,
Right, exactly.
So it's the ways in which there are happy little lies, if you will, that people give, and the way he's like, oh, this world is built on lies. And it's like, yes, move along with your edginess. Eventually you'll realize that you yourself are currently, as a character, walking around being like, look at all these liars. And it's like, yes, you're the one that's secretly fantasizing about murdering some of them. And who's the liar here?
Right, unless there's some, rabbits buried in your backyard.
I don't even buy that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, so, yeah.
Yeah. Again, this is where I think the story is setting up this as a comedic bit so that we can have the eventual, like, pretty hard and serious turn, which will be more that he probably learned this. Not necessarily in the most direct way, but as a response to something else, And I'm ready for his black pages, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they're not going to be fun.
Sure.
It doesn't have to be the case. This is also just a kid in puberty right now, so things are just going wild. And we are very much leaning into, especially in this episode with the fan service, that he is horny on Maine.
Right.
And while he might be like, you pervert, you horrible man, how did you read my mind exactly like that?
That was such a good line. Oh my God. Like, it's because there's when you're going through puberty and you're trying to figure out who you are, right?
Yeah.
And there's all this aversion to and whenever anyone tells you that this is who you are in some kind of reductive way, and you're like, I resent that,
Yeah.
And yet, the ways in which you basically so often you try to be edgy, or you try to be different or whatever,
right,
is exactly in the same kind of ways that maybe not a specific person that you're thinking about does things, but take humanity as a whole, there's a sizable group of people that are doing it exactly the same way you are.
Oh, yes.
And you don't realize that, right?
No,
because
of course,
your
perspective is like your own nose.
Yeah, exactly. You're still figuring out how to be self-aware, much less aware of other people, right? And I feel like that is a good summary of a lot of the issues that the characters are having in the show so far, right?
For sure.
But that's also where some of the wonder in it comes out, right?
Yes.
Because she kind of just bumbles into his life and messes everything up, right? Because she's not aware that she's doing that, right?
I mean, yeah, she's not even messing everything up. You are saying she's messing everything up.
Oh, yeah, but she's actually making things a whole lot better. But, right. And as a result of that, you're going to have this connection that is now forming that is because of rather than even just in spite of the lack of understanding of each other. And the picture is the perfect example of that, where he was not asking for a picture with you. He's just thinking, this is a cool thing. We could take a picture of this.
Yeah.
And now, oh, wait, what's happening? Like that shocked look on his face and and
then afterwards the hell yes!
Yeah, hell yes! But also
he's so excited.
Just the absolute terror of wait, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes life just gives you nice little surprises there. Sometimes it's not such a dark and dreary and,
right.
corrupt and rotten place.
Murder, death wouldn't be a salvation in that regard.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, this was a very, very cute, fun episode. I can see the pattern that's starting to develop here as far as the structure of the episodes. This very much feels like we're adapting 2 chapters or so.
Yeah.
Every episode, and we have a little shtick gag with a set piece and a side character that then kind of focuses on a way to develop Yamada, specifically because she's the one that is the popular girl that everybody knows. But yeah, once we've done enough to establish the side characters, I can very easily see this shifting into something with a more concrete narrative of their actual connection and what it would mean for her to make more direct inquiries rather than just, here you go, and just walks away.
Right. And, oh, man. She probably was thinking that she was, sharing it with him, even though there was basically nothing left. She is the kind of person that eats ice cream straight out of the tub.
Yes.
And then leaves this much left and puts it back in the freezer.
Oh, my God. Yes.
And
I know somebody like that.
Oh,
yeah.
we both do.
We both do.
At least one.
Yep.
I hate those people. I feel like Shepherd Book from Firefly. There is a special kind of hell,
for people who, what is it?
Reserved for child molesters.
Child molesters and people who talk at the theater.
Right? A special kind of hell.
Firefly is so quotable. So good.
But she was genuinely trying to be considerate and be like, hey,
eat out of a carton of ice cream and just put it straight back in the freezer. Ugh.
No.
Special kind of hell.
Or eat from this, if you have the spumoni or something like that, and they eat the specific flavor. They leave all the chocolate and they just eat the cherry and the pistachio or whatever, right? And it's just why?
What is wrong with you?
It's Michael Scott just looking at Toby and just being like,
why are you the way that you are?
Right. And yet,
just the defeated look.
And yet, hey, she's happy. So
she's very happy. Now, she could also be masking. There could be some things that
I think she is,
underneath the
for
surface
sure,
that she's not happy about. But I think she is she's filled with limitless energy, probably from the stimuli of these other people in her life.
Sure.
But we saw what it looked like when her stimuli was gone.
Right.
And she did not look happy. And it was coincidentally the same look that she had in some of the modeling photos. So it'd be interesting to see if, once they get close enough, what's the other side to her that she's not sharing? Because clearly his side is obvious. He has a very messed up mind.
Right, and maybe you could learn a thing or two from her.
Yeah, or maybe she's also in that same place where she's got something internally that she can't talk about, but, she can act it out in some way. She can do it through actions, and that's kind of getting her by thus far. But
sure.
Yeah, we'll see. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.